Hey go-getters, welcome back to The Early Investors, another profitable episode where you can learn how to become financially free. In today's video, we'll be telling you when will the MVIS hit $60 per share, and we'll also be discussing whether you should buy it now or wait for a better opportunity. Before diving into the video, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel for more content about the stock market's best stocks. MVIS stands for the company MicroVision Inc. and is a 1993 launched company. This company's CEO is a former Google employee, Sumit Sharma, a genius in laser and microprojection technology. It focuses on laser scanning technology for a wide array of uses. The uses being spoken of not only comprise automation but also include augmented reality and virtual reality. Even though the most critical segment of this is undoubtedly vehicle automation. From a first look, it will be hard to understand why the company is being talked of a lot lately, even though the same has been in the market since 1993. For this, it is essential to know what the market equity offering is and what the exact meaning of semiconductor shortage is. Both these factors have a lot in them, which could affect the electric car companies drastically. Recently, it was announced that MicroVision has entered into a $50 million at-the-market equity offering agreement. These terms might confuse the inexperienced ears slightly, but it all will make sense by the end of this video. This is a method used by companies so they can earn more capital. In a further detailed manner, the company issues more shares on equity for the investors to buy and raise more capital for the company's functioning. This, however, comes with certain risks and must be thought out carefully. One such problem is that the entire equity issued does not come all at once, meaning that the company will require a broker to work efficiently. MicroVision has chosen to assign this job to Craig Hallam Capital Group to sell their shares. The CEO of the company offering these shares can start and stop the offerings at any time, depending on the market value of the shares, to earn more money for the company. As mentioned earlier, the amount which the company will receive is not certain with respect to its time. It is difficult to understand when the market will bloom back, or if the market will bloom back soon enough for the company to make money. The reason why we said so is that if the market value remains low, the company will have to sell the same equity shares at a lower price, which will bring lesser capital into the company. In that case, a traditional all-in-one secondary offering could have been better than taking up the burden of offering equity. That being said, MicroVision also announced that it has stocked all the parts for its April milestone of completing with the long-range Lidar sensor. This is what the company has been working on for some time now, which certainly can achieve Level 3 and 4 autonomous vehicles. By Level 3 of automation, the company is committed to surpassing the issue of conditional automation, while many other companies in the same field get stuck at Level 2, that being autonomous speed control and lane changing. Level 3 includes a certain level of decision-making within the car based on the conditions around it, making it unimportant for the drivers to keep their hands on the steering wheel in certain situations. In the past few weeks, the company had a considerable boost in their market value, since they now have this cutting-edge technology that many others don't among the car manufacturers. Consequently, as the market value rose, the equity offered started giving a good yield, even though the market dropped a bit in mid-February 2021. There are two potential reasons for this dip witnessed, the first one being the semiconductor shortage. This was the outcome of the global pandemic, as manufacturing units were shut amidst the lockdown and production fell significantly. Companies like MicroVision need a vast number of semiconductors to function appropriately and keep creating the parts which make their systems work. This shortage was seen globally, which has become an opportunity for the semiconductors industry to sell them at higher prices. This was bad news for car manufacturers like Tesla, MVIS and NIO, which will have to buy these semiconductors at very high prices. Furthermore, as another setback, the power outage caused an unprecedented freeze fueled by a weakening polar vortex, resulting in a significant grid malfunction, leaving the entire Texas region with no power. This non-availability of power halted the production processes of many Texas-based semiconductor manufacturers. The decrease in the market value further resulted in the equity being perceived as a liability rather than an asset, since every share sold was being done at meager prices. However, all these decreases which affected the market are all temporary. Perhaps this can be seen as a good buying opportunity for all potential investors to invest and make a profit. The company will undoubtedly bloom back up when everything turns back to normal, and when the semiconductors' availability will not be a subject of concern for the industry. When the company started getting an adequate supply and things started getting normal, the MVIS stock raised in value again, and the equity stock being offered rose in its value. They started providing the company with a massive amount of capital. On March 17, 2000, MVIS had a market share value of around $510 per share. The potential which this market has can be seen right there. The current milestone which the company looks forth to fulfill will also be a reason for the company to see a massive increase in its market value. The LRL sensors, which are being implemented in autonomous cars, will also play a major role. However, semiconductors' current situations will have to be sorted as the first step to this. Being a temporary issue, the milestone scheduled to be achieved is not under problems and is fairly achievable. MVIS will be a prodigious buy. Currently, the market value of MVIS stands at $15.36, witnessing a fall of 9.38%. Perhaps MicroVision started seeing a rise in its market value recently from February, which is why we're speaking of it today. This company's potential has increased over time due to the cutting-edge technology it has developed recently. As a repercussion of these potentialities, there are fair chances for this company to even witness a buyout at the end of the day, which most investors are waiting for. With the CEO himself claiming at multiple occasions of a buyout, preferably in cash, there could be a significant turn of events as they sell it off to a potentially larger company, giving all its shareholders a reasonably good profit by the end of the process. This is why many investors are not panic selling and giving away their shares each time the market value takes a small dip, which is more prominently due to some temporary reasons that have already been discussed in the earlier parts of this video. The strategic partners that MicroVision has brought in are indicative of the potential increase in its market value. For a company like MicroVision, which has a technology not much known by many other companies, there are fair chances that other car manufacturing ring companies may find interest in its work and therefore get ready for a buyout. However, this video was focused primarily on whether the market value of MicroVision will touch a $60 mark, to which we have a specific answer based on the current trends and progress. The company may achieve the $60 mark after this temporary dip that it has witnessed in its value. The causes of this dip, being temporary, are indicative of the company's future. Perhaps it is the technology that this company possesses that makes it much different from the others present in the industry. The company will see a major rise after April, once the scheduled LRL sensor technology milestone is surpassed. This will certainly bring MicroVision into the limelight and help it grow at a much faster pace, making it a potential candidate to touch the $60 mark in the market. So, this is what we think could happen with the MVIS stock and its value in the near future. We are certain that with the technology it has in its hand and the members in the board, which the companies have taken, who have years of experience and knowledge, there are not many chances of this company turning into dust shortly. Speaking of the buyout, we believe that Apple and Microsoft could potentially be the two companies that could buy out MicroVision due to the sheer amount of money they have in their hand, and the return they'll be getting in case they really do buy MicroVision. Before the buyout occurs, we also expect the value to skyrocket as early as April 2021, due to the milestones on LRL sensors have been scheduled at that time. That is it from our side for today. Make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, and turn on the post notifications, and allow us to bring you more of such content to your home. Until then, think wise, stay safe, and invest